Something very interesting about what we read. I mean, everybody reads, or we don't understand what you read, right?
Yeah.
I understood because I understand Aramaic. I do understand Aramaic very clear. There is two parts from the Torah that are written in Aramaic. Zohar, the Kabbalah, which is written, most of it in Aramaic, and the Talmud. The Gemara, 90% of the Talmud is Aramaic. There is a slight difference between them. All the openings, marks in the Zohar, it start with the word ta chazi. Ta means come, chazi means and see.
Come and see.
Come and see. I want to show you something. Come see.
Yeah.
In the Talmud, all the, especially the paragraphs that comes of debates between the rabbis, comes with the beginning of the word ta, come, shma, and listen. What's the difference between ta chazi and ta shma? Ta shma means come and listen. Let's have a debate. Let's start to figure out that. To go to the deep ideas of the halacha or whatever the subject that they talk in the Talmud. In the Zohar, it tells you to begin with. You don't have to know. As long as you see it, as long as you say the words, is enough. It's so holy that it makes already the job. That's the reason why we read the words of Zohar, because the mitzvah of Brit Milah is so holy to make the child, we're welcoming him to the club of the Jewish people. This is one of the reasons why we do that. What we read tonight, actually all the parts, in brief, I'm going to just tell you one thing because this is the basic of the whole thing. Avraham Avinu did not have children from Sarah until he was 99 years. A little bit more.
Yeah.
99, right? The moment that he had a child and his wife gave birth to the child, Avraham's name was Avram. Sarah's name was Sarai. Comes Hashem and tells him, we read in the Torah, the story, after the child was born, from now on, Avraham, your name is not Avram, Avraham. We're adding up a hey to your name. Sarah, instead of Sarai, we're adding up a hey, Sarah.
Lama hey?
Sarai, Yud, and turned it to hey. What happened is the name of God, one of the names of God is Yud and Hey. Right? When a husband and a wife have a child, the child was born in a Jewish nation, they bring God, because the soul of the child is a Jewish soul, as a godliness, it's a God soul. They bring God to this world. So after Abraham and Sarah, that's what the Zohar says, after Abraham and Sarah had the child, they brought to this world God, even though Abraham already was dealing with the world. But the factor to bring God, it was when they had the child. So Hashem said to them, now that you have a child, I give you permission to use my name. I'm giving you the hey, and we're splitting the yud. That's the Zohar. That's how it looks at it. So when a husband and a wife, Jewish people, bringing a child, they're bringing God to this world. Bringing another part of God to the world, another part of the God. That's it. So now, when the child is born, the first 8 days, why are we waiting 8? Unfortunately, sometimes you have to wait longer because if the baby was in different situations. But the mitzvah, the original mitzvah, is to wait 8 days. We have to wait that the kid will be passing one Shabbat in this world. What's Shabbat? Shabbat, according to the Zohar, is the 7th day, which this is a natural life cycle in the Jewish world. 6 days, as you said before, working, 7th day resting. It's not just resting. Shabbat Kodesh, it's holy. It's more than resting. Resting is the benefit. Rabbis work on Shabbat. But I'm saying it's a different level, it's a different idea. So, but it's all nature, natural. If we will take 7 cups, the same circle, like that, put one in the middle, put 6 next to each other, they will touch one each other. If we put an 8th one, it will be distance, it will be separation. Natural life is 7. So comes the holiday of Shabbat, and the baby passed this week, the Shabbat, a week of natural life. Comes the 8th day, this is above nature. That's the time they make a Brit Milah, which Brit Milah is, as I said to you before, it's a major operation. And everything is okay. The baby, when we look in the mold, make sure the baby does not cry, right? If the baby cries, the mold is not good, right? So it's all God. It's a major miracle that you're witnessing life. And this is because it's above nature. A miracle is above nature. I have a favorite story that I always use about above nature. Above nature is emunah. It's fate. It's not something like that. If I will tell you that now somebody fell from the moon, if you don't see a picture, you won't believe it. You're crazy, right? But if you have emunah, you believe it. I say, oh, really? Wow. It's a big difference. At the time of Stalin, one of the things that Stalin did to the Jewish people is that he did not want them to observe, to do Brit Milah, keep Shabbat, and keep kosher. Why? He said it doesn't make sense. Well, not to steal, not to kill, makes sense. But this is and there's no God in the world. Whatever it says in the Torah, it's a lot of wisdom, but there's certain things that you guys, the parasites, Jewish people, that God says, that doesn't make sense, no such a thing. I am God. Stalin is the God. There's no God. And he was giving a decree that there's no God in the world, and you're not allowed to have belief in God. That's why all the Jewish people were going underground and keeping Torah and so on. One of the things that he did is that on Shabbat, all the kids must come to school. What the Jewish people, the kids, they keep Shabbat underground. What they would do? Every Monday, the kid comes with a sick note from the doctor. I was sick Shabbat. Now it's already legal, so they couldn't say anything to him. They knew it's a bluff, right? So it's a story with one kid like that he came on Monday, and the teacher knew that's a bluff. So, but teacher is a Stalinist, and he started to explain to the kids, I know you're bluffing, I know you were not sick, I know that, and they started to talk about the idea of God and no God. And there's Stalin, there's no God. And he turns to the kids and says to them, do you understand when there's no God? So I'll explain to you. And he stands up in the classroom and he tells all the kids like this. You see the table? Yeah. It's existing. It's called table. You see the plate, the wall, the window, the clock, everything, the light. Then he says, look at me. Even because he was so enthusiastic, he says, you see my hand? Yeah. See my eyes, my nose, my ear, and he goes, every part of his body. I'm existent. Do you see God? No, there's no God. And everybody's laughing, la 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 la, you're bluffer. They're turning to these kids, but he was a smart kid. He said that everybody's in the mood. He goes to the teacher. Teacher, could I ask also some questions? Sure, go. He says, kids, you see the teacher's hand? Yes, his eyes, his hair. He goes every part of his body. Wow. You see his brain? No, he's stupid, right? Not everything that you see, not everything that you have to see. We have emunah. Emunah is something that you don't have to see. It's fate. 8, Yom HaShmini, it's emunah. It's fate. And that's why we do Brit Milah, such a major operation, at the 8th day, and on the 6th. And it has to be passing Shabbat, which this is the natural life of a cycle. That's what we do with the 8th day. There's 2 more times that we do a mitzvah on the 8th day. Chanukah. We light 8 days candles because there was a above understanding this miracle. And it talks about God. And more than that, the whole Chanukah idea was, same thing like Stalin, the Greeks wanted the Jewish people not to believe in God. You can learn Torah, it's beautiful, it has a lot of chokhmah, a lot of wisdom. But don't believe in God, there's no faith. The 8th day is bringing faith back. There's one more time, Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah, we're celebrating by the 8th day of Sukkot. Because the Torah has emunah. It's not just a book of Torah, it's faith that connects us with God. There's one more time actually that we do 8. There's one more thing. It's not what we do, but in the Jewish story, when God commanded the Jewish people to build the Mishkan, about
Tabernacle.
no, the Mishkan. I forgot the word.
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle, right? Tabernacle. No, Tanu Braka. God, it's called
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle, right?
Tabernacle.
They worked 7 days in practice, every single day. Moshe Rabbeinu builds it, puts it down, builds it, he do the sacrifice for 7 days. Come the 8 days, he built it. The Torah describes, Ve'anan Hashem nigla, and the cloud of God, godliness, come to the Mishkan, and since then, Moshe Rabbeinu is not allowed to go there, only Aaron HaKohen, and the rest is history. So also why? Because God, even if we don't see him, but it's such a big emunah, has to be above nature. We shouldn't think that everything is natural. We have to use our faith. Comes the Kabbalah and says, that's exactly what it says. Abraham got a child with Sarah. They brought something above nature to their life.